In the shadows of the American Midwest, a sewing machine hummed in a rented loft. The year was 1919, and a 20-year-old immigrant named Adi Dassler was stitching together his future, one piece of canvas and rubber at a time. Adi wasn't just making shoes. He was crafting performance. He believed athletes deserved footwear that helped them go faster, jump higher, and endure longer. In a world still reeling from World War I, his dream was radical: merge sport and science. He worked in his mother's laundry room in Herzogenaurach, Germany. No fancy factory, just raw grit, a passion for athletics, and a simple goal: to build the best sports shoes the world had ever seen. By the mid-1920s, Adi's shoes were gaining traction. Literally, local athletes wore them, and word spread. His older brother Rudolf joined the venture, handling sales, while Adi focused on design. Together, they formed the Dassler Brothers Shoe Factory. In 1936, they made a bold move. Adi approached Jesse Owens, the African-American sprinter heading to the Berlin Olympics. He offered him a pair of custom-made spikes. Owens accepted. What happened next changed everything. Owens won 4 gold medals, shattering records and Nazi pride. The world watched as a black man wearing German-made shoes dominated Hitler's games. Adi's shoes weren't just good, they were revolutionary. Orders poured in. Success breeds tension. As the factory grew, so did the rift between the Dassler brothers. Their personalities clashed. Adi, quiet and meticulous. Rudolf, brash and ambitious. Wartime only deepened the divide. During World War II, both brothers were drafted. The factory shifted to making military gear. Accusations flew. Rudolf believed Adi had denounced him to the Allies. Adi denied it. Trust shattered. By 1948, the split was final. The once united Dassler brothers divided the company, the town, and even families. Rudolf started a rival firm across the river. He called it Puma. Adi? He named his company Adidas. In Herzogenaurach, the river became a border. People chose sides, Puma or Adidas. Even local football clubs were split based on which shoes their players wore. A family feud had birthed 2 global giants. Adidas surged ahead, thanks to Adi's relentless innovation. He introduced interchangeable spikes, lightweight materials, and compression soles. He wasn't just making shoes, he was reshaping the future of sport. In 1954, West Germany faced Hungary in the World Cup final. It was raining, muddy, slippery, but the Germans had one advantage: Adidas cleats with screw-in studs. They won. Adidas was now a global name. The win was broadcast around Europe, and everyone noticed the shoes. Suddenly, Adidas wasn't just a sports brand. It was a symbol of victory, resilience, and precision. Orders exploded. Adi believed form and function must dance. He worked closely with athletes, studying their movements, tweaking designs. He once said, "Only the best for the athlete." It wasn't a slogan, it was his life's mission. By the 1960s, Adidas was everywhere. Olympics, World Cups, track meets. If it involved sweat and glory, Adidas was there. But Adi remained behind the scenes, focused on the craft. Fame didn't interest him, excellence did. Then came the streets. In the 1980s, hip-hop artists started wearing Adidas tracksuits and sneakers. Run DMC dropped My Adidas, and suddenly, the brand was more than sport. It was style. It was culture. During a concert, 40,000 fans held up their Adidas sneakers in the air. Run DMC didn't just rap about Adidas. They signed a $1 million endorsement deal, the first of its kind for a non-athlete. Suddenly, Adidas wasn't just on athletes. It was on breakdancers, skateboarders, DJs. The brand had crossed from stadiums to sidewalks. It wasn't just surviving, it was thriving in unexpected arenas. But success brings new battles. The 1990s were tough. Nike was surging, fueled by Michael Jordan and aggressive marketing. Adidas, still family-run, struggled to keep pace. Innovation slowed. Sales dipped. In 1993, Adidas was nearly bankrupt. The company was sold to French businessman Robert Louis Dreyfus. He cut costs, streamlined operations, and pushed Adidas into new markets. The turnaround had begun. New technologies like torsion and boost reignited interest. Adidas reclaimed credibility in sport, while collaborations with designers and celebrities brought fresh energy. It wasn't just about performance, it was about personality. By the 2000s, Adidas was teaming up with Stella McCartney, Kanye West, Pharrell Williams. Sneakers became statements. This wasn't just athletic wear, it was fashion. The line between sport and style had officially blurred. The Yeezy line, launched with Kanye in 2015, sold out instantly. It wasn't just hype, it was a cultural shift. Adidas had become a tastemaker, not just a sports brand. And hey, if this story's got your feet tapping, don't forget to subscribe. We promise more history, less blisters. Soccer stadium. Meanwhile, on the pitch, Adidas remained dominant. It became the official sponsor of FIFA, UEFA, and the Olympics. Lionel Messi, one of the greatest ever, wore Adidas. So did Mohamed Salah, Paul Pogba, and countless others. Innovation was still at the core. Adidas developed 3D printed soles, biodegradable shoes, and prime knit uppers. They weren't just making products, they were reimagining what a shoe could be. In 2015, Adidas partnered with Parley for the Oceans to make shoes from recycled ocean plastic. Over 30 million pairs were sold. They turned pollution into performance and made sustainability cool. Adi Dassler passed away in 1978, but his legacy lives on in every runner, footballer, or artist lacing up a pair of Adidas. His dream wasn't about fame. It was about elevating the athlete, whatever the arena. Today, Adidas is the second largest sportswear brand in the world. From a laundry room in Germany to global dominance, the journey was anything but smooth. But it was driven by one simple idea: make athletes better. Adi once said, "I am not interested in selling shoes. I am interested in helping people perform better." That mindset turned a humble shoemaker into a visionary. And his shoes, they ran all the way into history. The iconic 3 stripes were meant to stabilize the foot, but they ended up doing more than that. They stabilized a company, a culture, and a vision that continues to evolve. In a world filled with trends, Adidas keeps adapting, balancing heritage with future, sport with style. It honors its roots while racing toward what's next. And it all started with one man, a sewing machine, and a dream. Today, whether you're on a track, a catwalk, or a city street, Adidas is there, quietly pushing you forward, just like Adi intended. Every step is a tribute to a century-old belief: performance is personal. The Dassler brothers never reconciled, but their rivalry built 2 of the biggest sports brands in history. Adi's legacy isn't just about shoes. It's about possibility, passion, and the power of never standing still. Because in the end, it's not just about what you wear on your feet. It's about where those shoes can take you. And for Adi Dassler, that journey began with a single stitch. The hum of a sewing machine, the scent of leather, the pulse of ambition. That's how Adidas began. Not with fanfare, but with focus. And maybe, just maybe, that's how all great stories begin.